Now, where the IEC earlier today handing over the parliamentary and provincial lists of the legislatures to the Chief Justice. Let's understand some of the niggling questions now over this, and we speak to the IEC Chief Electoral Officer, Mamabolo. Mr. Mamabolo, good evening to you, and thank you very much for your time. If any political party wanted to amend its list, have they completely missed that opportunity now?
No, our position is that once the lists are submitted in terms of the election timetable, they may not be amended until the point where the Commission designates those who are elected. And once the designation happens, it is no longer a matter over which the Commission has purview. It's a matter that is now in the hands of the Secretary of Parliament or the secretaries of the various provincial legislatures. So the competence of the Commission over the matter rests at the point where we hand over.
Okay, but you're not aware of what the parliamentary processes say if any party wants to amend that list. And I'm pressing on this question, Mr. Mamabolo, given the court case that we have just witnessed this week, where the former leader of the MK party is in court challenging his removal from the party as leader. That's the premise upon which I'm basing this. So are you aware what parliamentary processes could there be if indeed Mr. Jabulani Khumalo were to be successful in court?
Yeah, no, I think it's a pertinent question, but directed at the wrong person. It's a matter that the Secretary of Parliament can competently address. All the IC can say is that the list as were submitted on the 8th of March, in line with the election timetable, those are the lists which will be used which have been used for purposes of designation.
Yeah. As I said, starting this conversation, there are these niggling questions that remain. Mr. Zuma, the former president, has said this week, while addressing members of the MK party outside court, that he is taking the IEC to court over possible rigging allegations. You will know that he never wanted the IEC to pronounce or to make the results known up until this matter was concluded. Where to around that? Do you know whether he has in fact lodged papers in court and where you possibly are going to defend yourselves?
No, there's not been any serving of papers on us, at least yet. And we wait and see, and we'll evaluate whatever comes before us, and we'll then shape our course of action from there.
All right. Perhaps as a final question to you, we are now at the stage where Parliament needs to convene in order to elect the Speaker, Deputy Speaker, but ultimately that process must produce a president. However, before things get there, political parties on the side have got to come to some kind of an agreement as to how this country is going to be run in terms of the executive structure of the state. Do you, as the IEC, anticipate, or are you ready for a situation where this process does not produce a president, and if anything, it reaches the 30-day period and we may possibly be faced with a reality of a re-election? Would you be ready to conduct a re-election?
Well, we hope things don't get to that, but in the event they eventually materialize in that direction, then the Commission would have to be ready to fulfill its constitutional obligations. So it would mean effectively we have a snap election, and we are impelled by the commission, by the constitution, to prepare according were that situation to eventuate.
How much time would a snap election require for you to be ready?
It will probably, we need about 90 days from the date on which a snap election is called.
Wow, very interesting indeed. All right, Mamabolo, the hope is that we don't get there, but thank you very much for the clarity, the IEC's Chief Electoral Officer.